Okay, this grade kind of thing is actually something which cat likes to give here and there. Every now and then you'll have a little bit of grade with number filling up and those kind of things. So I'll just read the premise. There is not much to discuss in from terms of the premise point of view. So this is square matrix. I mean, whatever it is, it will be a square matrix, equal rows and equal number of rows and columns. Now the condition or the constraint that is given. I mean, these constraints are important to understand. That will be the only thing in this premise relevant. With numerals, so you have to fill it with numerals so that no two adjacent cells have the same numeral. And we are calling the adjacent cell where if they're touching each other horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So if I just show you this small grid here, let's say 3 cross 3, 1. So if you have this cell, suppose, so all of these are adjacent to it, even the diagonal ones. So these are touching diagonally, right? So all of these sets are adjacent to them, adjacent to this one. And if I have the center one, everything is adjacent, right? So center ones are seemingly getting important in this context, because if I try to fill a numeral in the center, that numeral cannot be repeated in any other this thing cell, right? So that has been explained a little further on, and this typically cat does. Cell in one of the four corners has three cells adjacent to it. I mean, this is very obvious, right? I mean, if you have here, so there will be three cells adjacent to it. If you have it in the first row or last row or column, which is not in the corner, so the edge one, so this one, so have five cells, the example that I gave. And any other cell will have eight cells. So anything in the center. So this is a 3 cross 3 I shared. We can have a 4 cross 4 as well. So in a 4 cross 4, there'll be a lot of center cells. So you will have all of these cells as center cells. So you pick any of these, so they'll have eight cells adjacent, right? So that is what we have. So this adjacent thing has to be understood. And as I said, I mean, the solving from the centers, it seems, seems like is important to start with. So let's go into the questions now. We'll solve this as a DI kind of set. So question by question is where we'll spend our time on. So let's get into the questions now. Okay, question number 9 says, what is the minimum number of different numerals needed to fill a 3 cross 3 square matrix? So we're looking for minimum number of numerals. So the only thing we have to keep in mind is the constraint. So let us quickly draw this 3 cross 3. And as I said, we'll start off with the center, because center will have the most number of this thing, right? Adjacent cells. So if I fill up 1 here, nowhere else we can get a 1. That is why I started with the center. The next important one are the edge ones, because edge will have a more, if you compare the previous discussion that we had, the corner ones had 3 adjacent cells, but the edge ones, so these ones have 5 adjacent cells, right? So let us start with the edge one. So how do we fill this out? See, I'll try to repeat the numbers whenever it is possible. So because we are looking for minimum number of numerals to fill the entire grid, so I'll repeat the numbers whenever it is feasible. So if I put a 2 here, I cannot put a 2 here or here, right? So here we cannot put a 2 because these are adjacent to this 2. But I can definitely put the 2 here, right? I could have put the 2 here and here as well, but I'm trying to keep it a bit of parity here, just to maintain that parity, so that there is no too much of restriction. So let's start with 2 here. Let's see whether this works out or not. If that is creating a too many number of numerals, then maybe I'll take the other case into consideration. Similarly, I can put a 3 here and a 3 here, right? So this is what I was talking about. See, if we start with 2 and 2 here, now if I put a 3, so anyhow that restricts the number of 3s any which way. So you need another numeral any which way, right? So putting a 2 here should not be a problem. Similarly, 3, 3 here is fine. Now, none of the 4 cells that are remaining are adjacent to each other, right? They are adjacent to different other numerals or different other cells, but they are not adjacent to each other. So all of these can be filled up by the same number. So we can fill up 4, 4, 4, 4 for this. Please understand, none of this 1, 2, 3 can come here, right? So it has to be a different numeral. So it has to be 4, 4, 4, 4. And if you think about it, put it in this way. If I had a 2 cross 2 matrix, every cell is having any other cell as an adjacent cell, right? Take any 2 cells, they're adjacent to each other. So if I take a 2 cross 2 block of this 3 cross 3, I will anyhow require 4 numbers to fill that up, right? So whichever 2 cross 2 you take up, that would definitely require 4 numerals to fill it. So any which way I cannot fill this without, less than 4 numerals. But in this case, I'm successfully doing it with 4 numerals. So answer should be 4. So question 9, the answer is 4. Let's do the same thing for question number 10, and that is for a 5 cross 5 grid. So keeping that in mind, so we cannot do it less than 4. So let us think somehow if we can do it using 4. Or let me do this. I mean, see, when you're solving this, you will have this thing in mind, right? So I had a certain this thing idea in my mind when I was thinking about it. So I'll just keep this for reference, because when you start solving, as I said, I mean the center bit. So I'll explain how you can utilize the previous thing that you have already done. So let me first draw 5 cross 5 here. Talking about, if you look at the center bit, the center part is this section, right? This section is the center part. So if I think about the center bit, it is I can just transpose it here, right? Isn't it? I mean, because this is a 3 cross 3 and the center bit is a 3 cross 3 here. So I'll just overlay this entire picture in this particular thing, because I know beforehand that this can be used, right? So I can definitely use this up. So let us do that. So first, let me quickly fill up these numbers. So I'm just using a different color to do that, just for your reference. So this is the transposed one. So you can utilize the previous question on solution. Now let us try to fill this up in a way such that I don't use any more numerals. So one thing that strikes me is a row wise and column wise, how to put it, unified kind of thing. So a block of rows or a block of columns, something like that. So if I think about this entire block, and I transpose it here as well as here, that would not disturb the constraint, right? Because they are not adjacent to each other. So I can place this 313 completely here, as well as the 313 completely here. Also, I can do the same thing with this 212 transposed to here as well as here, right? So I'm just transferring an entire block together. So if I do that, 212, again, doesn't disturb the adjacent bit here. So this 212 and 212, right? Now coming to what can we fill in this, the corner one. So now check this out. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, you should be able to identify this very quickly. The idea is that, again, none of these are adjacent to each other. And if you check the 2 cross 2 in the corners, so if you check this 2 cross 2, if you check this 2 cross 2, similarly, this 2 cross 2. None of these 2 cross 2 are using a 1, right? Even if it had used a 1, it will always miss out one number, right? So suppose this would have been 142 in some way. This would have been 142. Then that would have been missing a 3. So then we could have used a 3. But in this case, we can actually fill it up with the left out number, something like that. So in this case, we have 2, 3, 4. So we can fill it 1. Same here. Same here, same here. So this is not violating any constraint. And that was our target, to fill it up with 4. We know that we cannot do it in less than 4. So question 10 also, the answer is 4. Okay, now question number 11. So 11 says, suppose you're allowed to make one mistake, that is one pair of adjacent cells can have the same numeral. What is the minimum number of different numerals required to fill a 5 cross 5 matrix? Now, I don't have to check this any which way, because look at the options here. None of the options are less than 4. I know without any mistakes, I can do it in 4. So if I am allowed a mistake, that might reduce. That cannot increase, right? Because a mistake is allowed. Without any mistake, I'm solving it with 4 numerals. So with mistake, it will be either 4 or less than 4, right? Because 3 is not in the option, so answer has to be 4. And even if you think this logically, one mistake allowed, there are each of the numbers that has been used here. So think about this. Each of the numbers have been used multiple times any which way, right? So even if you remove one of the number at least one time, so it is going to be used many more times, right? So answer is still 4. So it doesn't change the answer here. Okay, question number 12 says, suppose that all the cells adjacent to any particular cell must have different numerals. Okay, so understand the context here. So please don't rush into the answer. So you have to draw a separate 5 cross 5. This is a 5 cross 5 matrix, but I'm just taking these things off. So it says that for any cell, all the adjacent cells have to have different numerals, not that different to that numeral. It has to have different numerals. So Again, let me start from the center part. So if I start with the center 3 cross 3, each of these cells, so put it in this way, each of these cells must have different numbers, because if you think about this center, all of these are adjacent to this particular cell, right? And it says that it must have different numerals. I mean, all different to this number as well as different to each other, because it says all of the particular cell must have different numerals, right? Everything has to have a different numeral. So effectively, we can say that for this 9 cells at the center, we have to use 9 numbers, right? So the order doesn't matter. So what we are going to do is we are just going to write this randomly. So I'm going to fill this up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let me try to use just this 9 numerals to fill up everything. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up other 3 cross 3 section. So if I take this 3 cross 3 section, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is filled up, and that transposing idea that we discussed in the previous one of the previous questions, I'll utilize that same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is not used. So this block, I will transfer it here. So I'll transfer this entire block here so that this 3 cross 3 grid, all the 9 numerals are used. So that is how I'm looking at any 3 cross 3 grid. I should be using 9 different numerals. So I can fill up this with 7, 8, 9. Similarly, I can transfer this entire block here. So I can put it as 1, 2, 3, this part. Column wise, if I check, again, if I think about this particular 3 cross 3 block, so this 3, 6, 9 has to be transferred here. So let's do that. So this 3, 6, 9 transferred here. Again, for this section, I have to transfer this block. So let's do that. So 1, 4, 7. Now coming to the corner ones. Now when I'm focusing on the corner ones, in this case, as opposed to the previous question, I'm not looking for 2 cross 2 ones. I'm looking for 3 cross 3 ones. Again, the same idea prevails. So every cell in this particular 3 cross 3, I should have different numerals, right? So effectively in this cell, if you look, 9 is missing. I mean, when I say this cell, I mean this 3 cross 3 block. So this 3 cross 3, I've not used a 9. So let me fill a 9 here. Similarly, if I look at this block, I've not used a 7 here? Yeah, I've not used a 7. So let me fill a 7. Again, this block, I've not used a 3. So let me fill a 3 here. And this block, I've not used a 2. Sorry, I've not used a 1. So let me fill a 1 here. And now I guess you can see that every constraint is met, right? I mean, even if you take this block that has different numbers because of the transposition, so that will automatically take care of itself. So that transposition idea, if you get quickly, so that block transfer, so one entire section of 3 cells I'm transferring in one go. So in that case, that becomes easy. And it's obviously you cannot do it in less than 9. So 9 has to be the minimum value. So that's it for this particular set. It's a very easy one. It's nothing to it. I mean, the level of difficulty is definitely easy. How better you visualize this set, that becomes easy for you to solve this. So I would say roughly a 6 to 8 minutes time period to solve this set. And I would suggest, I mean, especially, if it comes in the first 3-4 sets, then definitely do it in round 1. And even if it is not, then, try to identify a set like this and try to hit on it in the first round. So that will give you a little bit of confidence, because solving a set like this in 6 to 8 minutes will definitely, you can have a bit of time to your advantage while solving the remaining sets. So that's it for this particular set. Thank you for joining in.